Hi there, I'm the Divine Miss Mickey. Well, how are you coping with the energies right now? It's a real mix of enlightenment and crashing down. How do you handle it? See what you can learn, see how you can grow, see what needs to be worked on, feel your emotions and work with where they're going. You can meet a stranger and then suddenly, there's this emotion stuff because they've said one sentence or something and you're just like, wow. So look at that. It's like little things. And then there's the big things. And, it's kind of a time that it's like, get out the sage spray, go, whoo, yeah, let's just, whoa, sage ourselves like crazy. It's pretty full on. But you know what? It's all to help us. All this is to break down the old barriers and break down the structures that are not serving us, and for us to look within and change. And sometimes we sort of want to claw to the old stuff going, I don't want to let go. But we got it. Because you don't want to hang on to things that don't serve you. Hell, I've done enough of that in my life. Whew. Have I learnt that lesson? Wow. So, we're doing our weekly numerology read, and here we're coming to the end of a month. So the reading is going to have two separate energies in that we're coming out of a universal 2 month, and remember it was an 11-2, so master number, spiritual healing, a lot of growth, a lot of feminine energy. And we're going into the universal 3 month. Now 3 is an amazing number. I love the number 3. It's a fun number. It's joyous. It's laughter. It's creativity. It's imagination. It's embracing the self. And the shadow is selfishness, self-importance, self-centeredness. Just being almost to the point, well, there could even be some narcissistic stuff, but yeah, there's a shadow, because in each number there's, of course, the shadow side that goes with it, and that's the yin yang. That's life. So we're going to be changing into the 3 month and that is April, and yeah, it's because April is, of course, the number 4, and we're in an 8 year. So we add the 8, which is 2024, 2 plus 2 plus 4 equals 8. So we are in a universal 8 year. To get the month, we simply add the number of the month, which is, for April, is 4, to the 8, which gets to 12. Break that down to a single digit. We have 1 plus 2 equals 3. And so the 3 is our universal month number. And that gives the energies for that month. Now, you always find, as you're coming to the end of a month, the energies of the new month are starting to merge with the energies of the outgoing month. So it's like on the 1st of April, we start a Mercury retrograde, but we're in the shadow of it. So it's the energy starting to show itself, and then we go into the energy. So for really the last week of March, we start to feel an increasing growth of the energy of the 4. It's like with astrology. You have the cusp area where there's that little bit of sort of like the merging of the energies of the sign before and the sign after, like the sign that you're going into. Like say you're born on, July 26th. You've got the energies of Cancer and Leo, and it's emerging there. And yeah, so it works that way with numbers in respect. Though numbers can be a little bit more precise, but there's still that overlap with the merging of the energies. And energy is not black and white. Energy has its flow, and it merges, and it comes apart, and it merges together again. So I think there's too much in a lot of things today where it's like it has to be this or it has to be that. And I think, what happened to all the space in between? Too much black and white. And as I like to say, there's more than 50 shades of grey in life. So there you go. So we're going to do our numerology. And we're going to first finish off with the energies going with March. Now, the 29th of March. So we came out of the 28th, which was a 3. That's the, should be a really good day. And actually, for me, it's 28th here in Australia. In fact, we're at the end, getting towards the end of the 28th. And it's actually been a really good day. I have had a wonderful day. I'm exhausted, but I've had a great day. I had a lovely gentleman help me today. And you know what? For the first time in my life, I have had a man say to me, I could talk with you for hours. I love what you're saying. And I'm just like, wow, that feels good. That feels real good. So, there you go. So, I'm doing a little bit of, still got it, girl. I mean, I'm joking and not joking at the same time. So, it was just, I'm allowed a little bit of ego. A little bit of ego's fine, you know? It's good to feel good. So, we've come out of the 28th being a 3, and we're going into the 29th, which is 4. Now, it's interesting because the 29th is Good Friday. And the 4 number is of practicality. It's hands-on. It's a manual. It's a physical. It's of the earthly realms. It's grounding. It's laying the foundations for the future. And so maybe there's some spiritual foundations that we need to be looking at. With everything that's going on, maybe it's not a bad idea that we do a bit of grounding and look at laying foundations for our future, for our emotional, spiritual future. As much of us as our physical, we have to look after mind, body, and soul. It's so important to have that in balance. Now, keep that fluid up. So we're going to do the cards, and of course, you cannot do numerology without angel numbers. Cannot do it without these. So we have angel numbers. Now I figured we're in between a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse. There is no way with such a powerful moon energy, moon and sun, but the moon energy that we are having, I could not do this without having Moonology cards. So we've got the Moonology Oracle by Yasmin Bolat. I just realised I had that upside down. Does that look better? It looks better to me. So, I told you I was tired. We've got the Moonology Oracle cards. And we have the Moonology Messages cards. So, we have those. Then, I was led to which cards to use, so I do as I'm told sometimes. Not always. We have the Shamanic Medicine Oracle cards, which I love. Yes, there's Skittles. She wants to get on the lounge. I'll move some things for you. Okay. Kids. So, is that okay? Is that enough room? You're the size of a sixpence, you know. Come on. Pardon me, just talking to the kids. So, yes, cards. I had to think. Where was I up to? Shamanic Medicine. And we did that. And I was told Dreamweaver's Oracle. So, it's basically mainly Oracle. That's what I was led to do, so that's what we're doing. So, the 29th, of course, I said about being a 4. The practicality, laying foundations for the future. So let's see what we've got. Where's our numerology card? Oh, where is it? You're in here somewhere. Oh, I left it behind, didn't I? Thinking, I knew I put one out. Wow, okay. This is interesting. It's like usual with these. I haven't looked at these. So we have the number 16. Now, the number 16 in the method I was taught is a very powerful number because the 16 is about karmic lessons. So it is a master number in the way I was taught. But it's important because it's like the Tower card in the tarot. And the Tower card is about breaking down old structures so that you can rise up stronger and better and grow. Because while we hang on to those old structures, we cannot grow. So the 16, we have I am perceptive. You have an inquisitive mind that allows you to uncover important truths. You have a special ability to read into other people's feelings. A wisdom seeker, and your angels ask to share your knowledge for the benefit of others. So it's a karmic lessons, there's karmic growth. And as we're talking universal, this is on a global level. Just on this card alone, the feeling is that there is something that's going to happen that requires us to look at it in a way from a higher level. Use our perception. Uncover important truths. So it could be something where there could be some deception that suddenly we're going, hang on a sec. That just doesn't sound right, or it's a mistruth that's going to be uncovered. But we could get something big on the 29th. We could get something very big. So, share your knowledge. Read the room. That just came to me. Read the room. You don't have to be in the room, but it's that saying of, like you watch something on the news. Well, don't just blindly believe the words you're being told. Look at the actions. Do you know today, I think everyone's favourite talking point at the moment is the orange blimp. Duck orange. and all the other names that he's called. But today, for the first time, I really saw something. It was, I think it might have been on Midas Touch. For those who don't know, it's a political channel, and they're lawyers, and they know their stuff, and they look into things. So even though I use my intuition, I'm pretty comfortable watching their stuff. Now, it was that time where we saw Mr. Trump himself hugging the American flag, and he's looking out at the audience. Okay, are you enjoy? It was just the message that was coming across was, I'm performing for you. Are you enjoying my performance? Oh, now how about I kiss the flag? And it was when he turned and he walked away and he looked at the flag, there was a complete opposite look on his face. And it wasn't a good look. So the performance was over, and the actor walked away with contempt on his face. That was the feeling I got, and I was like, wow, I've never actually noticed that before. And that's part of the energies that are going on, because we are rising in vibration and we're going to see things that we didn't see before, which obviously is leading to this, your perception. Maybe a lot of us, our perceptions are changing. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the Moonology. Aha, waning moon. So, what do you need to release? That's an important thing. Talking about the Tower card, the Tower card is releasing the old structures, the old ways, the old thought patterns, the old perceptions, the things that aren't working for us. I'm in my box, I'm in my comfort zone, I don't want to leave this. It doesn't serve you. You are in the quicksand, and with the energies we've got now, you're going to sink. So what do you need to release? This is the time to really start looking. It's a foundation of what you need to release. And if you saw a little movement to the side, there's Leo is right, where's my hand finger, right down there, and he's asleep. And it's actually very unusual for these two to sleep anywhere near each other. And for most of today, they've actually been sleeping only a few inches apart. In fact, this morning, they were pretty well touching. So we may have an end of the war. Yay! It's been 5 years of battle, but sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not. But we get through. So, what do you need to release? Karmic lessons. Yeah. Okay, very interesting. So now we have the Moonology Messages Oracle. Oh, I love the way things just seem to just interact. Okay, the first one is seer healing. So this is about healing the visionary within you. That's words that just were coming. Maybe there's some perceptions that you're hanging on to that you need to release that lead to your healing. So healing. It's the healing moon. And a lot of healing comes when we break down the old structures. Again, the karmic lessons, knowing what to release. And here we have, it's funny, I actually said this when I post a video, I change a line in one part, right down in the last paragraph. I don't know if anyone has actually noticed, but I always change one sentence to match the video. So if you haven't noticed it, maybe go back over the videos. It's in the last paragraph of my usual blurb that I put on. I change one sentence to match the energy of the video. And the one I did on the, I think it's the last one I did, yeah, on the energy between the lunar and solar eclipse. And I said about howl at the moon. Synchronicity. I love it. Process your feelings. That's what I was saying, you know, and that's again, what have we got? What do you need to release? In order to release, you have to work through your feelings, through your emotions, to figure out, what do I need to work on? What can I perceive as something that is a karmic lesson for me to learn? But in order to be able to see things, you have to process your feelings. You have to go, yes, I'm feeling really upset by the way someone spoke to me, or I'm feeling so happy about the way someone spoke to me, or I saw this thing on the news and that really was upsetting. It was very upsetting. Or gee, I was out today in this crowd of people, and I just went into like an overwhelm. It was just too much. Process your feelings about that, because there's something for you to learn. There's something that says you need to release, or you need to heal. I think it's Pythagoras who said, "Physician, heal thyself." And that means that even the doctors need a doctor. Even psychiatrists sometimes need a psychiatrist, because sometimes we need that outside help. And seers, healers, visionaries, wisdom keepers, they all need healing too, because we're here having a human existence. And yeah, in very full-on times, we need to nurture ourselves. We need to also process our feelings. Process how you're feeling about what's going on. Rather than try and sweep it away, sweep it under the carpet, process it. Work with it. It's going to be important. And then we have the shamanic medicine. And Spirit said I had to do too. So, what have we got? Oh. Is that what I think it is? Yes. Wow. Okay. Still going along the same lines. Medicine bag. Treasure. Your medicine is your treasure. I'm not talking about pharmaceuticals. I'm talking about your medicine bag of knowledge, of wisdom, of insight, of perception. All these things, your medicine bag of experiences that you've learnt from, and experiences that you're still learning from, or still have to learn from. There's a lot. And we gain also so much from the earth. So I include natural energies, natural therapies. And I know this from experience how effective they are. So our medicine bag, because remember, in native tribal times, in ancient times, they worked with the energies of nature, and they worked with the earth, because the earth will nurture us. We have to nurture each other, and we have to nurture ourselves. And nurturing ourselves is also allowing ourselves our medicine bag, allowing ourselves to process our feelings, allowing ourselves to release what we no longer need, to look at our perception, and to heal ourselves. Physician, heal thyself. Wow. So now we finish the 29th. Big day. Look at how much, and it's one day. Whew. So, let me see how this is going to... Let's have a look. Okay, I believe the feeling I get is this is the way it's going to go. When you're neither here nor there. So when you're neither here nor there, you've come a long way, but you're not at the final destination. You're in between. And that's the growth. And that's when towers can come down so that you can move further along your path. So when you're neither here nor there, what the winter spirits know, so we think of the winters as that time of hibernation, hiding within. It's that the darker spirits of ourselves. So if we look at, maybe that's our shadow selves that know that we need to do some work. So we're neither here nor there. We're not in complete darkness, but we're not in complete light. So we're working with that. When the coyote calls your name. So it sounds like a question. But when we are no longer where we used to be, and we are heading in the right direction, when we're coming out of the darkness, out of our winter of discontent, a little bit of Shakespeare there, our winter of discontent, that's when Spirit knows. We're calling our name, and Spirit is calling our name, and nature is calling our name, and the frequencies are calling our name, the energies are calling our name, because it all intermingles, it's all together. So this is very much a day to look at healing ourselves on a higher level. But while we're doing that, very important to stay grounded, because that is the energy of the 4. So, Good Friday, I think, could be a very interesting day for everyone. Now we're going to the 30th, which is a 5-day. Now, as I've said before, 5 is expect the unexpected. It's the odd, the gypsy, the restlessness, public figures, so could be more stuff coming out. Accidents, hazards. It's party time with a 5. If you want a quiet home, never have a 5 home. Never. Because it's party central, or people come in and out and in and out. All sorts of things happen. The 5 is not a quiet number. So it's interesting. So we've got on the 30th of 5, our number is 666. I am centered. No, you're not the devil. You're centered. So, a wake-up call for you to re-examine your current situation and change the direction of your thoughts. 5 is the number of change. It's the number of change, and here it is. A wake-up call for you to re-examine your current situation and change the direction of your thoughts so you can raise your vibration to a more positive frequency. What were we talking about the day before? So this is saying center yourself. Really look at what's going on around you and really look at what needs to change. You know, it's, what was it? Let's see if I can find it, because, yes, this one, straight off. Yes, process your feelings. So look at a situation that's going on around you. It might be small, it might be big, it might be global, it might be personal, community. Look at it and find a new perception with it. Stay centered, because this could be a really chaotic day. You don't really want that for a holiday, but days are days. And chaos does not wait till it's the right timing. But new moon in Sagittarius, luck is on your side. So let's see where this is taking us. And that looks like a lunar eclipse. So did you put in the work? Could be, but it could end up being lucky. Let's see what the rest have to say. Important though, for luck, that you stay centered. Being centered is really important. In amongst all the chaos, you can keep your head. So we have, for the Moonology Messages Oracle, Moon called, meant to be. Should have done the cards the other way around, because boundaries. Out of bounds moon, boundaries are meant to be. So what's this saying? Well, I talked, and I think it was the last video where I talked about a very lovely lady here on YouTube who had to do a video setting boundaries because of some who thought she should have no boundaries. She could be spoken to whichever way they liked. Well, no, sorry. No. And she set that boundary. And that's really important. Have I got that the right way around? Yeah, there. Boundaries. Boundaries are meant to be. And think about that. We need to set boundaries on what we'll put up with, not just in our personal life, but in our global community. You know, it's like, if you're not prepared to accept they're just, I'm just getting about the guns, because that's a big thing. If you're okay with all the shootings, then you don't need gun laws, do you? Because you don't want that. But if you're not okay with it, set the boundary. Make a stand. Say, no, this is just not okay. I mean, here in Australia, we've got very tough gun laws, and gun owners have to have lockers, and there's very stringent laws after the Port Arthur massacre. And that's just an example. I won't go into it, because otherwise we'll be here all night. But it's about setting boundaries, and globally or personally, community, it's setting boundaries. So as you're processing a lot of your thoughts, right, set those boundaries. Stay centered. Look at the situation and say, no, I'm not prepared to have that. I'm not prepared to put up with this situation or that situation, being spoken to like that, or having a politician be corrupt, or whatever. This is a good time to speak up. So our shamanic, put that there. Aha. So what's that? Oh, okay. There's one I haven't seen before. I haven't seen all the cards. So we have rattle, make a noise. Disperse the negativity. Make your noise. Yes. You know, like in a lot of native cultures, they have shakers, rattles, and that is, and like the drums and the firecrackers in Eastern cultures, and it's about dispersing the negative energy, clearing the negative energy to move forward with positivity, to be able to have ceremony in a positive way. So disperse the energies and give yourself some time out. Find your own little spot, because it's a lot of madness. And maybe it's just your house is full of people and you're going, this is getting too much. Well, go find a quiet place and unwind. Find a quiet place and center yourself. It's, when you think about it, it's a boundary. Set that boundary. I need some time to myself. I'm going in my room. Just give me half an hour. I need some quiet time. Leave me alone. That's my boundary. So give a little thought about that. I love how they all come together. So now we have, okay, how are we going to word all this? We have, oh, okay, that definitely feels like the last card. Oh, okay. I know what I'm looking at, but you'll see it in a minute. I'm just putting them into the sentence. Okay. This is very interesting. And could it be a dragonfly? Now, one of the ways that spirit, our loved ones that have passed over, that they come and visit us and give us little signs, is through either being butterflies or dragonflies are very common. Now, I think I've told this story before, that I went on a Women of Courage camp. Amazing experience. And I, the first night we were in the mess hall, and I went there to help me deal with the grief of the loss of my dad. Because it was women helping get through domestic violence, and I had been through that, and loss and grief and all these things. And I was there because I was still grieving my dad. And it was at night, and I was sitting there in, it's kind of like a mess hall thing, but there were sort of only half walls, so nature was sort of there. And this little tiny dragonfly came and sat on my hand, and I'm looking at it, and I knew it was my dad. I knew he was giving his approval. And oh, a mess, but I'm just like, it's dad. And the being small, it's also, the dragonflies are normally a lot bigger, but this one was small, but it was a definite dragonfly. And Dad was small. I take after him, short and squat. So my feeling with telling this story is that this is saying, could it be a dragonfly? Could it be a loved one in spirit? Time to feed the hungry heart that is wanting to open up your heart, your spiritual heart. To let your dreams be woven true. The feeling I get with this is that on a global as well as personal level, that we're getting a lot of energy and a lot of messages from Spirit to help open up our heart, to help feed our hungry soul, so that our wishes and our dreams can come true, and they'll be woven true. Things to break down. They're looking after us, and that is where the luck is on our side, because Spirit, our loved ones in Spirit are here to help us through. It's meant to be. It's meant to be. They look like angels there. It's meant to be. Beautiful day, but a lot of self-reflection really seems to be very much a theme. So we're going to the 31st, which is a 6th day, which is duty, responsibility. Shadow side is dominance, family. The 6 is a number that can bring a lot of beauty to the environment, to the home. And it's a humanitarian out of duty, so that's where the sense of duty and responsibility comes from. And we get 444. I am protected. Kind of following on from the last one, say Spirit is looking after us. Trust your journey. Trust the way your life unfolds. And trust that you are where you need to be at the present moment. A lot trust. You're being looked after. Spirit is looking after you. They've just told you that. So, this is why. This is why we need to have trust, because this is the 31st, 6th day. There could be some things that really rattle us, because emotions are running high. This is the supermoon. Emotions are running high. So it's important that we realize that we're where we're meant to be, and to trust the process. Just trust that it's going to be okay, because we're protected. You know, it's where the world things could be happening. Maybe this is going to be a really difficult Easter. Maybe. But trust that this is meant to be. It's not always a nice thing. Particularly when, you know, we see people harmed, whether it be by accident or not. It's never easy, never easy. So here, in the messages, we have patience. It's an interesting card with the 6, because sometimes we can become, when we're in our shadow dominant personality or energy, if we're in that, sometimes patience is not always our best friend, our virtue. So I'm saying be patient. Be patient. Change your tune. So this could be, maybe you're one that says, you know, this is just ridiculous, and I keep getting the first line of is it Alanis Morissette, I think. I hate the world today. And it's like, Where is it? Change your tune. Find something more positive. Rather than hate the world, rather than hate the chaos. Turn around and say, we have a beautiful world that is going through a change. And in that change, yes, we have a lot of structures coming down. But the end result will be beautiful. Whether I'm here or not, I know it will be beautiful. So if we change our tune, be patient and change our tune to something that's more melodic, because it does say Moonlight Serenade. Just positive. Just see things. Let the light shine. Oh. Okay, this is all part of it. So, yeah, that one first? Okay. We're just having a bit of conversation, so sorry. We do that. So, shamanic medicine. Definitely changes going on. We have now the death card. As with the death in the tarot, very, very rarely does it mean physical death. Very rarely. But it means transition. Change. But when you look at this card, look at all that light. Look at it as we transition. Transition is not just about physically dying. It's about changing. The change within ourselves. And this just seems to be such a big pattern going on. And it's just building up and up about us changing ourselves, raising our vibration, finding better ways to communicate. Dreamweaver. I love this card because I love the song as well. But Dreamweaver, accessibility, allowing ourselves to access the knowledge through our third eye, access all the wisdom. See the owl? And the wisdom that comes with this. Look at that. And look at the wise soul here. Allow yourself to open up, to access the knowledge, the spirituality, the wisdom. You don't have to become, this ancient seer who sits there going, oh, you don't have to do all that. It's living your life a better way, thinking a better way, finding the positivity, not allowing the crap to bring you down. Get out of the quicksand and get into that beautiful field of sunflowers. That is your choice. You always have that choice. So everything I say, you could go, nah, can't be bothered. That is your choice. I'm giving you ideas. I'm giving you vibrations. I'm giving you energies. I'm giving you what I'm told. But it's up to you. That is your choice. It's not my choice. My choice is what I do with me, my life. What you do with yours is your choice. So it's cool. Because it's part of your journey, just like this is part of mine. So, well, what do we got here? I love the Dreamweaver's card. You just had Dreamweaver's card, and I'm going straight to the Dreamweaver's Oracle. We've got a lot that's coming together. The stories, everything is intermingling, and it's just, I love it. Yes. Oh, that looks definitely like the last one. Okay, yep, thank you. I know exactly how this goes. When a witch must drink their brew. What would that mean? So I'll turn it that way. Just wanted you to see the writing. When a witch must drink their brew. Taste of your own medicine. You know, we often see people that you go, geez, if you could just have a taste of your own medicine, if you could just feel the way you treat others, if you could just have a taste of that, maybe you would change. Well, maybe that's coming up for some. Again, this is on a universal level, but universal level can, it's not separate. It's all energy, and we're all affected universally as much as personal. So, could be a bit of some getting a taste of their own medicine. So, when the witch must drink their brew, when people are getting a taste of their own medicine. When the sunshine, when this, start again. When the sunbeams have to show, so the light is shone on things, on people getting a taste of their own medicine, on the things that they've done wrong, and suddenly it's come back and bit them in the butt. So the light is shining. They've got the light on. Is anybody home? You know, what's that? McFly! Well, taste your own medicine. Okay? Only weavers know the truth. So, sometimes a taste of own medicine can be a good thing. Sometimes when your heart is in the right place and life, it's like it's been so hard, but despite how hard it is, you still give out love. You still shine a light. You're a weaver of love, a weaver of truth, a weaver of healing and peace. And you know the truth. You know the truth. And it's interesting. 19 in the numerology I was taught, 19 is another strong number. It means standing on your own 2 feet. And in this context, standing on your own 2 feet is like having that centeredness within yourself in your spirituality. And we didn't we have that? Oh no, that's I am protected. So you're protected. We had I'm centered before. Right, I'm just looking for the right. I know there's one here. Changing your tune, your perspective on that. But yes, your dream weaver. Yes, opening up. Because when you're open to the beautiful energies of spirit, of love, of laughter, of joy, when you let that come in, that is part of your responsibility to the world to help us move forward. And each one of you has your own responsibility to the world in how you choose to walk in this world. So now we come into April. So April, we've talked about the number 3. April is a 3 month. So you would think that April is going to be a really lovely, loving, joyous, creative, fantastic month. And in some ways it probably will be. And then you come to the fact that we're in Mercury retrograde. So I think that's all of April. or most of it, but we're in Mercury retrograde, which starts on the 1st of April. And we've got a solar eclipse as well, as all the other planetary aspects and solar flares and all this sort of stuff, and, you know, technology going, I don't want to work, you know, and you know, all this stuff going on. So, yeah, this might be a month of, you know, and I don't like this saying, but it is the saying that goes with the number 3, the way I was taught. I've never liked the saying, but I get it. And it is, laugh and the world laughs with you, weep and you weep alone. Well, I think weep and you is when you need the hugs the most. But really, to get through, sometimes you got to laugh in the face of adversity. You know, when that beast of crap comes at you, you go, hello, how are you? Good to see ya. And the adversity goes, hang on. You're not afraid of me. Okay, I'll just go find someone who is afraid of me. Off I go. So you get the message, I hope. So, nearly forgot that. So, that being said, April being a universal 3-month, interesting. The 1st, which is the day that the Mercury goes retrograde, it is a 4-day. Again, practicality, laying the foundations for the future, earthly realms. So what do we get? We get 17. I am independent. 17, I am independent. The quality of work you can produce when you're going at it alone is almost unbelievable. You are as independent as you are ambitious, capable of performing every step of the way with efficiency, focus and skill. So, we're first day, Mercury gone retrograde, calling on practicality, laying the foundations for the future. It is of the earthly realm. We're not talking about the higher realms, we're talking about the earthly realms. I am independent. Okay, this is saying, okay, there's things you've got to do on your own. You've got to be independent. This is not about getting in a group and sitting around going, oh. This is about, yes, okay, now I'm going to lay some foundations for my future, whether it be mind, body, soul, or all 3. So we have that, and of course the 7 is the number of going within. It's a spiritual, religious, theological. The religion sometimes is now going into another realm, but that's another video. But it's the scientific. It's delving deeply into things. So when you break down the numbers, the 1 is, of course, an independent number. It's the mind number, but this is looking deeply into things. So this is having the focus. Being independent. Know that you are capable of getting to where you need to go. Our Moonology is full moon in Aries. A fiery climax approaches. Ooh, okay. So that could mean that April might start going off with a bang. Hopefully not literally. But yeah, fiery climax approaches. On the world scene, it could be maybe something that has been going on that has affected the world will reach a climax, and it will be a very strong one. And that's where it might call for you to just go, yeah, I am centering myself. I am looking at all this, and I'm not going to become part of the flock, the sheep. I am going to have my own thoughts, my independent thinking. Could be. So, Numerology message, Numerology messages. Wow, okay. It's interesting because we've got a fiery climax approaches. So things are going to start coming to a head. And this we're doing is the 1st of April. And we have Quicksilver Moon changes. See, the way the cards just intermingle, just work together. These were different decks, just done randomly at different, like, wow. I have been doing this for years and I still get in awe at the way it happens. So, okay, I'm looking at fiery climax approaches, changes, and the next card is higher power. There's a couple of ways of looking at this. Now, this being a practicality day, earthly realms, I'm actually thinking that's something to do with a world leader is going, well, it's going to come crashing down. Be interesting to see. There's going to be changes. There's going to be changes. There's a few I would love to see that happen to, because they're definitely working with some pretty dark energy. But it also, Moon Goddess, it's also the beauty of the higher realms working with us as we go through all this. So maybe that's two messages in one. Maybe it's the two realms there. So let's see what the shamanic says. Okay. Yep, okay. 1st of April could definitely be not about April Fools, but about wake up, smell the roses. Because we got crystals, amplification. Kind of got the feeling there's going to be a lot of intensity on that day. I'm definitely going to be watching out for the 1st. I might hibernate, maybe. I might go and hide and go, I don't want to face it, I don't want to be outside, I don't want to be around people, I just want to be by myself. Did you like that? I'm not afraid. But crystals. I won't buy any that day. I will hide. But, because crystals do have that energy to amplify the energies. Everything about this day is talking about big. Because then we have drum. Awaken. Something looks like it's going to happen, and it's not there to make life hell. It's there to give us that wake up. Bing bing. McFly. You know, that sort of thing. Wake up. It's to awaken us. So let's see what happens on the 1st, because wow, it's like all the cards are saying that you are going to need to keep your crap together. This is big. There is some, I mean, like, you know, this was just about being independent, free thinking. Because there's changes. There's changes. A fiery climax approaches. Higher power. Amplification. And awaken. They are really, really strong cards about change. So we now have our dream weavers. So I wonder what they've got for us. Okay. Oh. Okay, yes, I agree that way. So, we talk about wisdom, and there's that saying about the pearls of wisdom. So when the girl becomes a pearl, so when we start to open up and we get those pearls of wisdom, so when the girl becomes a pearl, weavers watch the dragons fly. Weavers watch. We see the light rising, and we see what we thought wasn't true becoming true. And weavers share their magic tea. So this is about the this is like, okay, and I know what I'm feeling. I'm just working on putting into words, because it's a very, very high sort of feeling in that globally this is a wake-up call day, and it's where we can learn so much, the pearls of wisdom that can come from the chaos. That's how it feels. It feels like chaos. We can, if we allow ourselves to awaken, we will see, and we'll be going, wow, I did not thought that that was possible. I didn't think it was like that. Because dragons are mythical creatures. Or are they? Weavers watch the dragons fly. So we watch, we see what we thought could not be. Is that poetic? And we share what we learn. We share the wisdom, the growth, the spirituality, the joy, the laughter, the love, the change, knowing that it's heading towards something better. And if you look out of the teapot, which is the going on, and all that comes out, and it just keeps going on. It's like the domino effect. But this is pouring from one cup to another cup to another cup. Sharing. This is not about physical. This is emotional and spiritual. Sharing. It's going to be, we're going to start the month pretty big. So we're going on to the 2nd of April. It's a 5-day. Expect the unexpected change. Like the 1st of April wasn't enough. We have to have now a 5-day. But change is good. There's a saying that change is good as a holiday. So look at it that way. You know, okay, it was crazy on the 1st. And it still, you know, appears to be crazy. Let's see. Oh, how many of you have been seeing that number? 1212. I've been seeing it a lot, amongst other numbers. They're just like flying at me. I'm like, yeah, what's that number? 1212. I am focused. Stay focused on your best possible future and remain optimistic. So, see, oh, I just got, always look on the bright side of life. Do-do, 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 do-do. You don't love that song? So, stay focused on your best possible future and remain optimistic throughout the entire journey. Your angels are right behind you as you turn your dreams into reality. So stay focused. Stay focused on where you're going. People can go crazy around, but you stay focused. You know what you want. So, this is a big opening up. big opening up, big changes. It's your choice as to whether you're going to take them. It's always your choice. But if you're choosing, stay focused. You know where you want to go. You know what you need. And this is mind, body, soul. Yep. Be optimistic. And I think that is what I feel is the most important part of this card coming up. It's about stay optimistic, stay focused. Stay focused on positivity. Yes, that's it. Stay focused on positivity. Yeah, wow, okay. Whew. Full moon in Leo. Oh, don't let pride get in your way. Stay focused on positivity. It may not be going exactly as you want it. But that's okay, that's just part of it. Sometimes it just takes a shift in perspective. Perception. That's it. Well, same thing. So just make sure you're coming from wisdom, from love, from spirit, and not from ego. So there's a lesson. There's a lesson there. Stay focused on the positivity. Stay focused on the spiritual truth is more it. Now, for some people, ooh, I just kicked it. Sometimes I've got to move my legs around because I get very, very easily, you know, like stuff like that. But anyway, we're still here. We're still going. Okay, this is the Numerology messages. Okay, so you want that one first? Okay, the moon's wisdom. Take the lead. Don't let pride get in your way. Take the lead. Take the lead by moonset. Releasing. Release all the emotions that no longer serve you. It came through very, very clear. Release the emotions that no longer serve you. And there's going to be a lot going on. So always be aware of where you're coming from. Be aware of ego getting in the way, because that can very much happen. That can very much happen. But release it. You can release it, you know. Stay focused. Focus on your journey and the positive outcome of your journey. Be optimistic. You can get through all that's going on. Now, shamanic medicine. Oh, okay, we were just talking about that before. Okay, so, okay, right, okay, get you. Okay, so this is north, solitude. So sometimes you've got to step back. Sometimes it's hard to stay focused when you're in the middle of chaos, so that's when you go, right, I need to step back. I need to not be involved in a physical level, but what I need to do is I can give out the energy of peace, love, and all of that. But I just can't keep watching the news. I can't keep doing all this stuff. It's starting to have an effect on my mental health. I need to step back away from it. And that's okay. Remember what I said about how our loved ones in spirit can come through as insects? And this is about support. And that's saying, as you step back, you have the support. Whoops, turn it around the other way. You have the support of your loved ones. So, through all this crap that's going on, you have the spirit looking after you. And gee, that really can help. I'm now looking at the Dreamweaver's cards. Okay, yes, got you. I understand. Okay, so if a cat curls round the moon, and we know cats love their comfort, and we know they just love to sleep wherever they want. As long as it's comfortable for them, that's all they care about. The cat curls round the moon. The moon, if we look at it, the moon is seen to be like, in astrology, the moon represents your emotions. Comfort in your emotions. So we have comfort in your emotions for the world that blows our sails. So there's things that are going on that can propel us forward. And it's when we're comfortable in our emotions, we can move forward we can be propelled forward with what's going on and stay centered, stay together. Because all is calm upon these shores. All is calm upon these shores. And that's a 29. Sometimes the numbers jump out at me. 29, which is your 11 too. So this is a spiritual healing. So as you're propelled forward, stay calm. Embrace your emotions. Be at peace with your emotions. Because all is calm within you. Your shore is you. Well, we are still working on some pretty high vibrational stuff going on. And we are now going to the 3rd of April. And, oh, you've got to be joking me. Really? They told me these 2 cards, the numbers cards, they sort of came out. They said this one for this day, this one for that day, because they came out together, and I was clearly told. Well, this is the card, as we know, for the 2nd of April, which is 12/12. What's the card that comes out for the 3rd? 11/11. So the 3rd is the 6, duty, responsibility, family, humanitarian, adding beauty, love and beauty to our environment, our surroundings. And of course the shadow side is the dominating side. It can be aggressive. So we have 11/11. The universe is arranging people and experiences on your path to help you succeed and helping you wake up to who you truly are. I am awakening. Now I see why they wanted it to follow. Because this is about awakening, and we're having all these cards about awakening. And it's all leading it together. And that was a message as I was coming out, and I'm being told by Spirit, it's all working together. So we're awakening. So know that, yeah, there's going to be things that happen, but it's happening for a reason. Everything is working on your path, and we all have different paths. So, of course, what happens for me can be different for you, for my neighbours, for, you know, it just all depends on your journey. But know that it's for a reason. So on a global scale, we can look at, in amongst all the chaos and the pain and the heartache, because I feel like, yeah, there'll be some heartache, in amongst all that, know that this is part of the change, the progression. And yes, sometimes we need to rationalize so we can stay grounded and balanced. Okay, full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. So we're in a 6. That's responsibility, family. We've got about awakening. Your dreams need a practical plan. So it's kind of like, okay, as you're working towards your goal, as you're awakening to your journey and where you're heading, as more and more is coming out, this is where you need to have those practical plans going on. So it's going to be different for everyone. But it's all part of what helps you also stay grounded. Oh, we have another card. This is transformation. Your moon magic, transformation. There's things going on that are really, Next card. Face your fears. I should have been face your fears because you're going through a transformation. The world is going through transformation. I mean, it's not like it's going to happen overnight and suddenly we have, utopia. It does take time and things crash down and new comes up and many lessons to learn and sometimes we have to sort of elect those crap leaders before we finally go, oh, for heaven's sakes, what am I doing? Change it. We don't have to have that. The big, boisterous, blah, blah, blah. We don't have to have that. I'd rather have someone that's honest and genuine and humble. I would much rather that. Because there's a lot of politicians that do a lot of blah, 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 blah. I don't want blah, blah. I want genuine. I want you to do good things. So, face your fears. Transformation's going on. Facing your fears can be, gee, I really don't want to be alone. It's a transformation. Face it. There was a time in my life where I really hated being alone because I didn't want to look at myself. Now I love my alone time. I love it. And I can share my life. I can share my surrounds with someone. But I need my alone time. I need that space. I need that time where I'm just going within. I'm just feeling my own energy. And it's okay. It's good. Oh, it took a long time for me to learn that. But it's good. And it only comes when you face your fears. Think of it. I used to hate spiders. Now, I'm not so keen on spiders being on me. I haven't got that far. But I can live with them. I talk to them. I set boundaries with them. Okay, yes, you can share the house with me, but you're not allowed to hurt anyone. And if you start to take over, well, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to pull the plug. I do that with snakes. We have snakes around here. This is rural Australia. And I've said, okay, I'm quite happy with the tree snakes. I don't mind the pythons, the carpet snakes. I don't mind them. But the brown snakes, the dangerous ones, please go elsewhere. And we've got a school up there, so please stay away from the school. You can. work with nature. But the point of what I'm saying is facing your fears. You can. And when you face your fears, you transform. You find your strength. You find your magic, your emotional and spiritual magic. And it's amazing. I know from experience, it's amazing and it feels fantastic. And I just imagine it, if the majority of the people in the world all awakened and found their magic and found their love and their peace and their calmness and their centeredness and let go of the ego and let go of the fear. Imagine what the world will be like. And that's where it starts with us. We can do that. We have that power. So let's see what the shamanic medicine cards have to say. Count right. What's this? Oh, I see it. Okay. Right. Okay, they're just telling me how this is to be worked. But this is counsel. Now, this is a lodge. Counsel. And like in dream interpretation, the house often represents the self, the person. We're talking on a universal level, but the universe, the world, is made up of individual beings. Billions of individual beings that all have their own energy, their own light. But when we talk to each other, we have counsel. So, but it's important to start, okay, I'm getting where you're going with this. It's important to start with the talking, with self-talk, how you talk to yourself. Seek counsel with yourself as you go through this. Where's the card? Can you give that straight off? As you go through your transformation, as you face your fears, as you awaken, as you're going through all this, and you set your practical plan in, seek counsel with yourself, and then you can share that with others. Because buried in the earth, transference. Because this is, to me, is, if you see we're going to counsel, they work together, these two. The counsel with the self leads to the counsel with others. And that's where I talk about the domino effect. The domino effect of, as you awaken and grow and find your light and share that out, others do as well. And it flows on, and the energy just keeps going on. And the world becomes a better place. It takes time, but it starts with the self. I'm doing a lot of talk on that. So now we have our dream weavers. So let's see. Oh, you're kidding. I'm just seeing how they want this. Okay, yes, I see. Right, okay. So, in the middle of the bridge. So if we look at the bridge, and this is yin-yang. This is the light and the shadow, the black, the white, the coming together, the masculine, the feminine, all of this. So in the middle of that bridge, so if you look, the middle of the bridge is the line. I'm getting good at that. I'm really not good at sort of doing the mirror thing, but I've worked that one. And so, in the middle of the bridge, beyond your fears. We were talking about fears. What was that? Where was it again? Yes. Face your fears. Oh, how they work. Beyond your fears, the weavers dance. So as you face your fears, as you, in the middle of the bridge, as you find that balance, that common ground between each, as you face your fears and you become centered, balanced, and spirit just sings and the world sings and it's just beautiful. And where is it? Oh, here we go. So beyond your fears, the weavers dream, painting joy across the sky. So, wow. You know, in light of solar eclipse coming up and all that's going on, and yes, we're trying to work our way through with the Mercury retrograde as well, and the chaos and everything that's going on in the world. These are clues for us to be able to rise above it and bring about positive change. So I see where they're going, and I hope you do too. And maybe it takes a while for it to sink in. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be straight off. Ah, I get it. I get it. And sometimes you're like, what the? And then a couple of days, months, whatever, you go, now I get it. That's happened to me. It's happened. It's life. So we get to, I'm sorry, Skittles. I just hit Skittles in the face. Just trying if you can just see, I think there's a little, you can see his little chin. Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, there's his head. Yes, that was his, there was a sliver of white, and I was thinking, is that his leg or his chin? It was his chin. See, he's put his head down. He's all asleep. He's not running up the back. He's nice and quiet. He's had food in his bowl, and he's happy as a dung beetle rolling a ball of crap. So, we come to the last day of this week. Yay! It's not over yet. But we're on the 4th of April. So the 4th of April is the 7-day. And I've said about 7, delving in. This is theology, philosophy, this is religion, this is spirituality, it is science, it is these hidden realms. And what we get with the 7 is, I am compassionate. It's the 9. 9 and 7 are compatible numbers. It's your compassion that makes you shine. You are devoted to helping the greater good. Let me start that again. You are devoted to helping the greater good and have a strong talent for speaking up for others. Your soul is more satisfied when you are being of service. I am compassionate. Now 9 is the number of, this is the number of humanitarian out of a sense of love. So we have the 9. So what do we have in the Numerology? Knowing that we're in the 7. Oh. Okay, well this is very much a common theme. And we're definitely being given messages. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. So we've been told, you know, process your emotions, work through them, face your fears, deal with them. It does not happen overnight. It takes time. But you can do it. And boy, later on you go, wow, what was I afraid of? Wow, what a journey. Trust me on that one. Okay. love spirit. I love the universe. I love the cards. So when we're saying about facing fears and all this, we get Moonflower. Take a risk. Take a risk. Face your fears. Take the risk. And reach for the moon. Go for it. So what have we got? Go for it and take a risk. Go for it. Wow. Face your fears. Wow. Rise up. Reach for it. Wow. 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 I oh. This is the 7-day. This is the going within. Wow. This is definitely going within. This is definitely the 4th after what's happened in the first 3 days of April. This is like, step back, go within. So what this is, okay, I think I know what you're saying. Okay. As you immerse yourself in the beauty, in the journey, in what you have been through, honor it. This is your altar. Honor it. The sea creatures, they live in water. Water is associated with emotion. Immerse yourself in the emotion. And there can be a lot, as you go through changes, there can be a lot of mixed emotions. Remember, you're letting go of the old ways. And you're allowing in new. But it can cause you some confusion, and sometimes you jump back and sometimes you go forward. And yeah, there's a lot of process that goes with it. But, you know, where was that card? Go for it. Reach for it. It is worth it. It is really worth it. Honor it. Honor the process of change. Thank you. That was a good one. I'll remember that. Immerse yourself in it. Let yourself feel those emotions. Immerse yourself in it and honor the journey. Honor the journey that this is. Because, yes, it's quite a journey. So we now have, for our last day of the week here, we have our 3 Dreamweavers cards. So I'm just working out. Oh, okay, I think that might be. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. And okay, this is just 3 statements. It doesn't even so they're saying this is like as you've gone through this journey, and this is within and universally for those that choose to walk the peaceful path. All the threads of fate must bend. All the threads of fate must bend. All the magic everywhere. And I've noted straight off the number 14, which is 5, which is change. Weavers know that all is God. Now, we're not talking religion, because many religions have many names for what is the same. The Great Spirit, the highest energy. I guess Allah. I'm not that familiar with it, and you know what? It's okay. Because it's not the label that's important, it's the energy that is important. we as humans like to have the labels, the names. Me, I'm hopeless at remembering names because the soul has had many names. And I see the person, I see the soul. I'm not seeing the name. And I try. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But ultimately we are energy. And energy does not have a label. But all the threads of fate must bend. So there is a thing also to remember, that the future is unwritten. Now, we can give ideas of energy. We can give ideas of what is ahead. And it can bend. It can move. Because energies can change. And it's up to us, as collectively and individually, to work with it. If things are heading down a dark direction, we can bend it towards the light. All the magic everywhere. We have the magic to create something amazing. We can make an amazing change. Weavers know that all is God, that all is high energy, that all is pure. We're here learning, growing in all our impure ways. There is no perfection. Even nature isn't perfect. But we can be perfect in our imperfection. Face our fears, deal with things. And looking at this week, what's going on? Okay. Hold on. Look at it and say, no, this is a journey. I know it's going to be good at the end of it. This is hard to watch. This is hard to experience. This is hard to go through. But I know it's for the betterment of humanity, of the world, of the earth, of the energies. And I choose to be optimistic. I choose to see the better side, that this can be a good thing. So that's a lot to think about. Holy dooly! Who knows what the next week's going to be like, because that's got the solar eclipse in it. Wow. It will get better. It will. Start with yourself. So on that note, please like, share. Please, I love the comments. I love to know what you're thinking. I love your feedback. I love it all. And yep, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It helps. It gets it out there. And, you know, sharing it, subscribing and all that, there could be one person who's not in a great position, who just needs to hear one thing. And it could be something I say that is the one thing that they need to lift them. And it's the same with others. So let's all work together, because we're all in this together. That's what community is. Let's be this amazing global community of love and compassion and tolerance and understanding and pure unity. Let's be as one. Individually, keeping our individuality. Let's be as one. Much love to you all. Stay safe. You will get through. I bid you adieu. Bye.